Well, then I happened to just be scrolling on Instagram, and what did I see? Amazon decided to change their emblem also because something about the thing above the smile represented Hitler's mustache or some shit.
Listen, I saw that, and I'm looking at all y'all. That's fucking silly. How do you come up with that? What drugs that we've said needs to be illegal that have you consumed in order to find? That's like those people that say they see Jesus in a piece of toast.
And we're back. Episode number 2 of Dudes Speak with your 3 favorite dudes. Oh, man. First off, I'd like to thank everybody who watched our last one. It was fantastic. A lot of you liked, comment, subscribed, all that.
Thank you, guys.
All the love, the support on the podcast. We definitely appreciate that. We got a good one coming for you. Wild week. Brian, did a lot of people got upset this week? Did you get upset this week? Or
I didn't get upset at all. No, not at all. I will tell you, I feel like we're living in a simulation.
Oh, for sure.
If that makes any sense to you guys. I don't know if you guys been keeping up with the whole Dr. Seuss thing.
Dr. who?
Dr. Seuss.
I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't dove into the rabbit hole yet.
Well, they found 6 books that didn't match current standards with the certain generation.
Won't.
It's bad news. Canceled. Should have canceled him while he was alive. He was a known piece of shit while he was alive. I'm pretty sure.
Canceled.
Didn't he cheat on his wife that was dying or something like that?
I don't know any backstory. I just know what's that famous saying? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, don't worry, kids. This doctor's already not allowed to come 500 feet within you anymore. So, yeah.
Well, he's also dead.
So
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like we're limited to simulation. I was actually reading the article the other day, and as I'm reading the article, I actually had someone contact me and said, "Hey, they need to get some stuff taken off. Can I use your truck and stuff?" I said, "Sure." So imagine I'm reading the article. I started reading the article, and at the end of the day, I went over and I did what I needed to do, and I'm taking this stuff, and I'm starting to look through it, and I'm like, this looks like a couple of the books that I just read up on.
You're shitting me.
No, 4 out of 6. They're not getting read, Dr. Seuss completely. Just 6 books, and I discovered 4 of them.
Did you take them?
Yeah. I took them, and apparently they're worth something. I mean,
you stumbled upon what has become in the last week Amazon's number 1, I think it may be number 1 or number 2 top selling book. I think is what happened on what street? I think it's whatever happened on.
It's like they're like the GameStop of books right now.
Right.
They're worth $6, but people are out here selling them for what, $300-$400?
Yeah,
$1,500 a piece.
God, Jesus, shit, Christ.
What?
So I listed them naturally just to see what kind of feedback I got, and it's crazy. eBay hit me with the, hey, you're not allowed to sell anything that contains hate speech.
Oh, he got canceled.
You got canceled
by eBay for a Dr. Seuss book, mind you.
So they took the.
They took the listing down. They said, "Hey, if you do it again, we're going to suspend your account." So I listed it again.
No shit.
And this time, not only did it go somewhere, they haven't found it again, but this time I actually got a message, and it was a message which is really weird. I mean, usually messages on eBay are containing the item you're selling, but no, this was a girl claiming she was from the Washington Post.
Okay, so
was
message on eBay.
She gonna write an article condemning you for trying to sell a Dr. Seuss book or something?
I have no idea. So just to see if it was legit before I commented back, I looked up her eBay username, and sure enough, it's linked to a Twitter account for a person that's verified who works at the Washington Post.
The blue check? Did you look for the blue check?
I did.
Oh my God, there's a blue check, Michael.
She's about to get the podcast canceled.
So
we're done.
She's out for blood.
So I
we're good for an episode and a half. Not even.
So I messaged her and I said, "Hey, listen. Were you the person that reached out to me on eBay?" She said, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you found me. It wouldn't let me message you back. I got banned for commenting something that was regarding hate speech."
Are you shitting me for real?
So I said, "Hey, yeah, so what's up with this interview? Are you free to talk Sunday?" I said, "Sure." She said, "Okay, well, I want to have an interview with you Sunday." So now I've got an interview with the Washington Post on Sunday for a Dr. Seuss book that was canceled. I believe I'm in a simulation. I feel like everything happened for something. It doesn't make sense to me. But, man, these Dr. Seuss books might get me out the hood, man.
Well, what if you told her you wanted to do the interview via FaceTime, and when she answered the FaceTime call, It's just Dude Speak. What's up? How you doing?
Well, I told her, I
Put
said,
her right there.
I told her, and I'm going to tell her when I'm on the phone again too. I'm going to remind her, I'm say, hey, this ain't going to get me canceled, right? Because I don't have anything to get canceled from yet. And it would suck to get canceled right out of the gate. You know, we just started this new show. We're talking about cool stuff. Dude Speak, man. We paid for a logo. I couldn't come back to you guys and sit here and say, hey, look, we got to scrap this whole idea. We need Washington Post just canceled me. I'm trending on Twitter. No, I don't want all that. I want to know why she wants to interview me. And I'm thinking like, oh, so I'm hoping it doesn't start with, you think it's cool just to sell stuff that contains hate speech? First of all, I don't know. I read it, okay. I got in there. I started reading it. I wanted to see, they're talking about these books. There's 6 books. I got 4 of them. I'm starting to read through it, and I saw maybe one thing that might have been like correlated to something that would cause somebody to get kind of like,
oh boy,
a little uneasy. But where the hell have they been for 60 years, okay? Where have those people been? Is this the first time? Maybe it's the first time they've opened up Dr. Seuss book. That's fine, but it's Dr. Seuss, man.
Well, I think what initiated the shitstorm was the Read Across America Day. And what originally the president said, we're not going to list the certain Dr. Seuss books for Read Across America.
When was Read Across America Day?
It was a couple of days ago. I think it was, I don't know, the 3rd or the 4th of March.
I've heard nothing about it.
That was the beginning of it, right? So Biden said, we're not going to include these books. And these are like little kids. You know, this is Read Across America Day is to encourage kids to read and learn about books, start reading, things like that. Good stuff for young kids to do.
Sure.
So the books were cut out. The printing was stopped. The company that manages Dr. Seuss, and I don't know exactly who does that or where.
It's a book club, and they're in regards to a copy that was made. I think it was actually printed first in 63 or 64. But unless you got those, it's worth nothing. But yeah, I mean, it's
right. And me, myself, and I'd read every single Dr. Seuss book I could get my hands on when I was 6 or 7. So
I can't even tell you what the majority of them are about. It's been so long.
So I have a question. So since you listed them on eBay, this is all news to me. So you were blocked from the post, like they deleted your post.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Okay. So
and then they sent me an email and said, "Hey, you're not allowed to sell anything with hate speech." I'm like, "It's Dr. Seuss. We're talking about the Lil Wayne king of the rap game for the '60s." Okay, this guy was spitting bars way before Lil Wayne or Biggie. I mean, this guy had. Come on.
So
you mean to tell me Green Eggs and Ham got canceled?
I don't know. I don't know.
It wasn't Green Eggs and Ham.
I don't think it was Green Eggs and Ham.
It was 6 books. It was
one was If I Ran the Zoo.
If I Ran the Zoo.
What I Saw on Mulberry Street.
If I Ran a Zoo. There's one. I wish I'd have just brought the books in here.
I can't remember now, but
but
anyway, like I was saying, I mean, we're all 90s kids. We're roughly the same age. We probably all read the books. But as a kid, I mean, I didn't recognize any kind of hate speech or racial imagery. Because that's what it is. It's racial imagery. I think that's what they're saying.
I don't think as kids we realized too much because growing up, you see all the Disney shows and stuff that have come out and had like sexual innuendos.
Oh, God.
I mean, there's so many of them. I can't even start to list them. Lion King has sex written in the stars. Apparently SpongeBob is gay.
It's everywhere. Yeah, SpongeBob and Patrick, it's everywhere. If you go back and watch the old Nickelodeon cartoons, there's shit everywhere. And it's all fucked up. But you wouldn't know that unless you're watching it as an adult now.
When we were younger, Ren and Stimpy started out on Nickelodeon.
Oh, yeah.
And then they ended up going to like adult late night, like
Adult
after
Swim.
12 o'clock.
Yep.
Because what was it, dude? Or no, it was Rocco's Modern Life. That was one of the ones where he was a sex line operator.
He was.
So,
but you put that in front of 5 and 6 and 7-year-old kids.
They're not gonna know.
No,
okay, so
but is it
the parents? So who technically? And I guess I've also read in this too, because you had mentioned something about finding the books or whatever, and you said, I just stumbled upon these, and I remember responding like, bro, this shit has been in the media like for the last 4 days. Like this week has been, that's all you've fucking heard about.
Yeah, and it was the Cat's Quizzer, the Scrambled Egg Supper, If I Ran the Zoo, and then you had, and I think that I saw it on Mulberry Street are the books that I have. Those are the 4 out of 6, and the other 2 are McElligot's Pool and On Beyond Zebra. And like I said, I went through these books just to see what people are talking about, and I could see maybe one image, but not enough to just stop production on something that, I mean, we've been reading this stuff for years. And I get it, man. And people have their own political beliefs and how they think this things should be treated. Thankfully, they didn't cancel the whole Dr. Seuss series. But you got to think, you're talking about a guy that was writing this stuff in an era where everyone around him thought the exact same. I mean, his imagination is developed in highly in regards to his surroundings. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I'm sure if Dr. Seuss is alive now and had the same talent ability, he'd be just talking about stuff now. You know, but what's a cancel culture rhyme? You know.
Well, I'll tell you what's not going to get canceled is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You know why? Because the fucking movie brings in millions of dollars every Christmas in advertising and soundtrack.
Well, no. I mean, it's not even that. There's literally nothing inside the Grinch. I mean, it's not even real people.
Well,
They're
that's
characters.
the people in the damn.
You know where they live at?
In Whoville, in a snowflake.
They live on a snowflake. Let me tell you something. You know how many years I've watched The Grinch Stole Christmas? I'm getting on TikTok and I'm scrolling. This was this past Christmas, and I'm actually watching it again. Another simulation event.
You fucking snowflake.
I'm watching TikTok. I stand on it. I'm already in the middle of Grinch Stole Christmas. I've seen it already, so I started that fucker over just to see the intro. Sure enough, they zoom into a snowflake, and at the end of the movie, they zoom out of us. You mean to tell me the Grinch ain't but wee tall in Whoville with a bunch of these other smaller people?
You didn't fucking know it was in a snowflake?
No. Well, you only know is if you read the book, obviously, or if you watch the intro or the outro. I haven't read the book since I was in kindergarten.
You haven't watched How the Grinch Stole Christmas every single Christmas since you were like, 7?
Yo, I'm usually making hot cocoa and opening up gifts during the intro. And then I dive into the movie. I don't care about the credits. Listen, I know who wrote the damn movie. I've been looking and following Dr. Seuss my whole entire life.
Like you said, they zoom in and they zoom the fuck out of that bitch.
And it's crazy because I'm a camera guy and I didn't pick up on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. I'll be honest, man. I fuck with the Grinch, man. Like, people think he's like such a bad dude. They're like, oh, he's such a mean guy. Like, no, he literally just hates everybody. He just wants people to leave him the fuck alone. And I can relate to that.
The hate needs to be canceled.
Oh,
Canceled.
well, we don't hate everybody. We just want y'all to like.
Well, no,
quietly leave me alone.
The funny thing is, and you know, as I heard more and more about this, as more and more came out, I'm just sitting here thinking like, well, this is really weird. Like, this is a childhood book. Well, then I happened to just be scrolling on Instagram, and what did I see? Amazon decided to change their emblem also because something about the thing above the smile represented Hitler's mustache or some shit.
Listen, I saw that, and I'm looking at all y'all. That's fucking silly. How do you come up with that? What drugs that we've said needs to be illegal that have you consumed in order to find? That's like those people that say they see Jesus in a piece of toast. Come on, man.
Amen, brother.
Come on, man. The pan hit it a certain way. You see what you see. I mean, clouds are formed certain. Are we going to ban the sky if a cloud produces in the likeness of Hitler?
Yo, dude, fuck that cloud, bro.
It's a piece of tape on a package. Like, I get it. There's some things that... Listen, here's the problem with the cancel culture. There are things that actually need to be canceled that I actually believe need to be, like, put in the back.
Have you seen South Park, motherfucker?
I understand that.
Let's talk about that. How does South Park get away with their shit?
I don't know, but listen. So there are things that need to be canceled. What the cancel culture is doing is they're canceling the stupid stuff, and it's taken away from the actual stuff that does need to be canceled, because now they're just people are looking at them and saying, this is a fucking joke.
Okay, well, it is. I agree, but I'm going to blow your fucking mind real quick. Check this out. Step 1, Dr. Seuss, banned. Step 2, Amazon changes their emblem. Like I said earlier, what are people buying on Amazon right now? Literally, you can look it up. I think it's the top number 1, top 2 is Dr. Seuss. They're buying it off of Amazon. They're making money. So was this a conspiracy?
The people on Amazon that you find that are for sale is for people that already have it. It's not like they can't, Amazon can't legally take it off the shelf. They can't distribute it. So the only people that you're seeing the books for sale are for actual people like me. I can upload Amazon.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So it's not Amazon.
But supply and demand. You're not printing anymore.
Right.
Now people want it.
And that actually made me believe, like, hey, is there someone that's behind all this? Like, they go to buy a storage unit, and then all of a sudden they find 500 boxes of the same book, and they're like, we got to find something to cancel with this so they can just make money off. I don't know. And I like I said, I think it's taken away when they do these small little stupid cancellations of certain things. Granted, I think there are some things that have been done in the past that do need to be canceled that are more serious than this, but it's taken away from those aspects. It's taken away from those elements, and it's causing it to look like a joke.
It's silly.
When you're talking about tape that looks like Hitler, it's silly. You're right.
Yo, man.
The whole cancel culture is a joke in itself. I mean, you can't just cancel everything because you don't agree with it. I mean,
you know what? When I was a kid, I had a bedtime. Right? Did you guys have a bedtime when you were a kid? How many
I had
times?
a couple bad times.
Bad times? Bedtime? Time to go to sleep?
I had a couple bedtimes too.
So every night, I I said, I contested bedtime, obviously, like every little fucking child does. You know what my dad did? He said, boy, if you don't get your fucking ass in that bed right now, I'm going to kill you. And I said, oh, shit. So I went to bed. That's it. No contesting. But I think that's our generation.
Are you thinking they're going to cancel bedtime now?
I hope they cancel bedtime because I fucking hate bedtime.
I do too. I can't keep going to bed at 9 o'clock every night, Mom. Something's got to change.
But I mean, it's just one of those things. I don't know. I mean, when's the last time that you got offended by something you saw in social media, like either of you guys?
Well, I can't talk on that because one, I mean, there's not really anything I could get offended by. I mean, unless you're talking to me directly about something I've done in my past, but that's something that's individual and we can talk about that in person. But I can't really say I'm white, man. I can't get offended by anything, But I do agree that there are certain cultures that do find these things inappropriate. But when you're talking about a piece of tape, it takes away from those values and what those mean for those other.
That's true.
Tape is not in relative or in relation to any race or anything. I mean, it's obviously about a guy that did some wrongdoings. Obviously, I mean, yeah. But come on, you're taking away from the actual things that do need to be canceled because of these small things that you're finding pittiness in. It doesn't make sense. So you're becoming a laughingstock.
Well, and that's the thing about it. It's just funny to us three sitting here and maybe to a couple people watching. I don't really know, but. You have your Karens and your Kyles or your Kevins or whatever the male Karen is, and they see stuff and they unfollow people and they block people and then they make a post about it talking shit about that person because they said so and so.
They can't handle the heat.
Right. So get a job, maybe. Get a job, maybe get a hobby. Don't sit on Facebook all day. I don't understand. Where's this shit starting?
That's the problem with social media. Think about it. It was okay back then because it wasn't in front of 100 million people.
Right.
In
so
3 seconds.
Now you have everything at the hands of every people at all given times. You got to think. Before social media, the only way anybody knew anything was from the news. And when you heard something on the news, you only devoured into that or took in the info, and you only discussed it with your family at the time. I mean, you didn't really take it to school. I mean, you left it there. But now because everybody has access to share their own opinion because they think their opinion is more important than others, all you see on social media is bigger argument. That's why I kind of stay away from
that's Facebook. That's all Facebook.
And I stay away from that. I drift away from that because it's pointless. What are you doing? You're having the same argument. But switching from that of things that were canceled, I actually was stoked to see that there was a movie that I watched when I was younger that I enjoyed, which was Space Jam. And have you guys seen the images they released for the new Space Jam?
You're talking about with
Lola
LeBron?
Bunny.
LeBron James. Have you guys got to see the images? The stills?
Lola Bunny?
No.
Oh my god!
They made her look a lot different.
I'm telling you,
it's sexualized her.
It's
easy
cool.
now.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait for the trailer to come out. Obviously, I'm gonna watch that and talk about that as well. But
They have a release date?
I think it's gonna be June. July 16th is when it's gonna be released. And my biggest fear is Space Jam was one of my favorite childhood movies because it took.
Oh yeah.
You have these phases, and I remember my parents always talking to me. They said they want to go to the movie theater. My parents only wanted to go see what they wanted to see, and I was younger, and I was like, I don't want to go watch a serious movie. I want to see a cartoon. I want to see a cartoon. This doesn't interest me. I'm a kid. So when Space Jam come out, they found interest in it because it was adults, but it had the mixture. So it kind of took me away from watching kid movies and diving into the serious roles because you had this mixture of, you had Michael Jordan and then you had Bugs Bunny on the course with him, and he's getting drugged into Cartoonville. I'm really hoping that it doesn't ruin my childhood, man, because that was, like I said, was one of the transitions that took me from cartoon to.
I'll give you a spoiler alert. It's the sequel. It's going to ruin your childhood.
Oh, it's not a remake?
There's no way it can be the same. I guess no, it'd have to be a sequel. It's Space Jam 2.
I haven't heard anything about it.
No, it's Space Jam 2.
This is news to me.
So no sequel when it comes to things like that are ever as good as the remake.
No,
none that I can remember.
I agree with that in some regards, in most regards actually, when you're doing actual movies. But this you're taking you're taking technology, and our technology is far more superior than it was when we did the first Space Jam. So I'm thinking in that regards, as long as they keep the story somewhat similar, obviously have some changes. So for the new kids,
yeah, it can't be just a complete.
But the graphics, seeing Bugs Bunny, we haven't seen Bugs Bunny on the screen since.
Oh, it's been a long time.
What, the last movie he was in was with Brendan Fraser. It was like a Looney Tunes movie.
Forever ago.
It was part 2 or whatever. That was the last time we seen Bugs Bunny on the screen. And with the technology and the animation, like we were talking about last episode with Rugrats. Actually, by the way, we were talking about getting the subscriptions. I got an email from CBS saying, "Hey, just to let you know, we're changing from CBS to
Peacock Plus
to
Paramount
Plus." So I was like, so now it takes away everything I said because now I'm not paying extra. I'm still gonna be paying the same amount. And I get.
Well, that's a plus.
Yes, it is. A zing.
That's a plus. Huge plus.
So yeah, I'm stoked for that. Another thing that kind of made me upset. I'm a shoe nerd. I'm a closet shoe nerd.
I love shoes.
And when I
Shoes
say
are dope.
closet shoe nerd, it's because I love shoes. I know all about shoes. I can tell you about every shoe on the market.
You
You
haven't
keep them in your
came out.
closet?
I
You
just
haven't
don't
came out
I don't
as a
have
shoe
the,
yet.
I don't have the wallet for the shoe.
Oh, he's a broke shoe nerd.
You know my favorite shoe in the entire world?
New Balance.
Nike Air Mags. It's the Back to the Future shoe.
Oh my! Oh, those are the ones that are $10,000.
15 to 30,000.
Yeah.
Guess who happened to find, quote unquote, a storage unit with six pairs of Air Mags?
Who?
The Nikes, the girl that works at Nikes, the one that is like the president of the North America division.
It's like the CEO
Her son,
or something.
her son, yeah, she's in North America. She's the president of the division. Her name's Aunt Herbert, and the son's name is Joe.
Oh,
He's
Joey.
19. He's 19. He was actually using.
Wasn't he scamming people over?
No, so basically like StockX, where you go to buy these shoes and stuff that are released,
Good site.
that get sold out. He had first access to it. So what he was doing was grabbing them up and then put them on StockX. So if you bought a pair of shoes from StockX, more than likely you probably bought it from him.
Oh, yeah.
So he was not only using his mom's employee discount, but he was also using her credit line to buy the shoes. He was racking in some months $600K.
Cha-ching.
The come up is real right there.
Hey.
Did his mom know about it?
Insider trading.
I know she resigned, but did she know about it? I know she had to have known about it.
I was asked the same question. I said, yeah, come on, 19. He's asking you for the discount. He has access to your card. You didn't just leave that on the counter.
Yeah. So you give him a warehouse
He
or a
had,
storage unit
he had
full of
warehouses. So the thing that made me upset is because there's only one pair of shoes. If I could have any pair of shoes in my entire life, and I wouldn't even wear them, I would just frame them. It would be the Nike Air Mags. And for him to just come out and say, yeah, I randomly I found 6 pairs.
So how do you randomly find 6 pairs? Somebody put them there.
Well, your mom has access to all the stuff.
My mom. My mom has all these shoes. You want to go see? Oh,
So yeah, he was using his
what's
mom's employee discount, and then which is it? So the topic is that wrong of her son to be buying product and reselling it? Probably not, because I mean whatever. But if he's using her mom's discount and then her line of credit, then it comes down to like there's something off, because she stepped down as soon as this came out. She stepped down.
If she knows about it, she's definitely fucked. Because I mean, if you look at his eyes, you get an opportunity like that, you're gonna take it. You're like, oh, I can make $600,000. I'm 19.
Well, hell, the thing about
you're
shoes,
definitely gonna take it.
I mean, the thing about shoes is, I mean, you know, I'm a big Jordan 1 fan. That's my favorite Jordan.
I like Jordan
yeah,
1s.
Yeah,
They're
they're
nice.
dope as hell. But when they release, kind of hard to get a hold of. You know, everything goes to StockX.
You have to go to StockX.
Right, you have to go to StockX or, you know, some other third party. But the price just, it either goes really high up or it goes really far down. It depends on popularity. And I mean, you find some shoes like that. I mean, that's a pot of gold.
Back to the Future shoes, man.
Yeah.
So that hurt me. I wasn't really concerned. I was like, you know what? Good for him. At 19, he's got his marketing strategy. Probably didn't go about it the right way. But then when I found out he found the Air Mags, I was like, oh, so it is what it is. And speaking of things that are going for high dollar amounts,
Cha-ching.
the new thing on the market is NFTs. Are you guys familiar with what an NFT is?
Oh, my God.
They are called non-fungible tokens.
Bitcoin.
What those are, it's a special type of basically cryptographic. So like crypto coins, you know, you have virtual currency. These are digital arts that are being sold for upper $500,000, $600,000.
Are you about to talk about the fucking cats that you can go in? There's a website somewhere you can buy cats, you can customize them, dress them, do all kind of shit. But you buy it with Bitcoin, and then the cat builds value, and you sell the cat to another fucking weirdo that dresses. It's a fake cat.
I don't know where you end up on the internet
I've
sometimes.
never heard about that. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know
The
where you
main-
end up on the internet.
The main currency is Bitcoin, and you can buy these digital cats and you know trade them.
No, these are non-fungible tokens, and what these are is, so I go on the computer and I can create digital art.
Oh,
And
not a cat.
When I can create this digital art,
No, that shit
and
is
I can
weird.
sell it to you, and you could be the original owner. And these things are going for $600,000, $700,000 a piece. Some of them. There are others that are going for like a couple grand. But the big thing is like, okay, so you're making digital art, you're selling to somebody, but what does it take for me just a screenshot? Well, you have plenty of Da Vinci's out there that have replicas, you know, and it's the one thing right now that people basically for people with fuck you money that just want to just buy something to say they own something.
It's a fuck you money.
But
That fuck you money is important.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
one of the things that I saw this week was they did the NFT that just sold for $6.6 million. It is a digital art, and I don't know if you guys seen it. You probably seen it on Twitter or whatever, but it's basically got Trump lying down on the grass, and then you just have a Twitter bird on him. It's a moving digital art, but for $6.6 million.
So you're talking about real dollars, not Bitcoin?
No. So it's a cryptographic. So it's a graphic that's worth a currency on the web. Okay, and once you buy it, you have actual rights to that. And I mean, you could do anything with it. You could take this digital art and put it in a digital frame and hang it up, and it's just more for bragging rights, I think, at this point, and people with fuck you money anyways.
Fuck you.
But yeah, for $6.6 million, I think the thing was called Crossroads. But yeah, they're digital assets. So I saw an article. I don't know how accurate it is. I really dive into it, but there's people buying land on digital Earth.
That's what I mean.
They're calling it Earth 2.0.
I would not buy digital artwork. No, sir.
That's what I'm saying. So, and the cats was weird,
screenshot that
but
shit.
that's just as fucking stupid. You're buying fake land. It's digital land, like your digital cat. Go to the fucking pound and rescue a cat. I mean, I know you can't afford land, but if you can't afford the digital shit, that's
I think
weird.
it's more or less just
like
having
a Tamagotchi.
Yeah, it's like a Tamagotchi. Exactly. I was going to go into that.
Don't forget to feed that motherfucker. He's going to die.
Tamagotchi. You
remember
guys
that.
I had
Yep.
the Gigapet.
Yep,
I knew there was
Gigapet.
Tamagotchi and Gigapet.
Yep.
My Gigapet, man, I went to 3 of them things, man. I killed it every
Oh
time.
my god, you were a serial killer of Gigapet.
It wasn't even my fault. I was a kid, and usually you put those on your keychains. A kid don't have car keys. You don't have house keys.
Wasn't your fault. Whose fault was it, Brian?
Well, if I was a little bit older,
I killed the Tamagotchi.
if I was a little bit older and I had car keys and stuff, and I carried them around every day, I would have remembered to feed him. But
Dude.
instead, he gets tossed in a drawer and the battery dies.
You was too busy reading them fucking Dr. Seuss books. You didn't
Yeah,
fucking
well-
tear your Gigapet.
I killed the Tamagotchi
man.
game. Yeah, another thing that sold for a high value this week, I think it actually sold today.
Was it these nuts?
Ooh, no, but they might be on sale soon. But Tom Brady's rookie card. You know, Tom Brady.
Are you talking about the Tom Brady when he did the baseball?
What?
Oh, what? You didn't know that?
Oh, wait.
Oh, you didn't know that?
What are you talking about?
I just
So
spit
there's
everywhere.
there's a replica card going around right now that's selling that I've ran into. But basically, Tom Brady was drafted for a baseball team.
Oh, was he? A lot of football players do get drafted.
Yeah, so
'cause
he was
they
drafted.
do
So they have
baseball
a
as secondary.
card going around. I don't know if it's worth it. I just ran across it. I didn't really look into it, but it stumped me for a second. I'm like, why is he in a whole baseball uniform? This is weird. And I remembered, oh yeah, he got drafted for a baseball team.
Damn, I was about to call Brian
Yeah,
stupid, right?
Well, that might be the card they sold, but apparently they sold one of his rookie cards for like $1.4 million today. Imagine getting that and being like, who the fuck is this guy? And then like he, 20 years later he wins 7 Super Bowls and you cash out on him.
Jesus.
$1.4 million.
God damn, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fucking
it was
money.
$1.32 million.
Thank you, Tom.
It was sold by an auction house. What is this thing? Oh my gosh.
I had no idea that
It was a Patriots rookie card.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Holy shit!
And it's a record-breaking sale, is what they say.
Damn. See, now I wish I had my. Did y'all remember when he was celebrating in Tampa and they had to carry him off the boat?
Yeah, and he was drunk.
Dude, I literally saw a T-shirt that had that on it, and I bought it. I bought it immediately. I was kind of intoxicated. It was like a $30 shirt, but that was hilarious. They walked him off the boat. He was hammered. He probably had like 3 beers.
Well, he finally come out like a couple days later. He goes, I think it was Wednesday. He goes, man, I just now realized if that was an incomplete pass, we would have had to send a scuba diver about 80 feet down to the bottom of the ocean to grab the Lombardi.
Man, I saw a story about this, or I mean, this is related to Tom Brady, but not related to Tom Brady. I saw a story about
Fuck Tom
him
Brady.
this week that said back in like the 80s, like 83, somewhere in the 80s, maybe late 70s, back when Terry Bradshaw was the shit, playing for the Steelers, he was winning all the Super Bowls. He checked into a hotel and he was trying to use an alias so people wouldn't know who he was. Well, the alias he used, ironically enough, was Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom Brady.
And now Tom Brady is Terry Bradshaw at the time I think he was the most winningest like Super Bowl quarterback of the time, but
Sure.
Oh yeah, he was awesome. He was fucking badass.
that's some predicting the future and not meaning to predict
See,
the future
back
type
to
shit
simulation,
right there.
bro. We are in a simulation.
We're in a
100%.
simulation.
I think we are definitely in a simulation.
It don't make.
Why
no
are the
kind of
walls
sense.
glitching out over there?
Yeah, there's the Matrix is fucked up over
It's
there.
like-
Y'all can't see it, but I'm
It's like some WandaVision shit over there. We can't control this shit.
Speaking of WandaVision, I watched the season finale today.
Oh,
I have not gotten to it yet. I heard it was.
I won't dive into it. I'll just tell you.
I heard it was pretty exuberant, to say the least.
exuberant. That's a big word.
It was exuberant. It left me with some questions that doesn't really make sense to me. And again, I don't want to talk about because you guys haven't seen it.
Well, if it didn't leave you with questions, then.
Well, I know where it's going. If you
Yeah.
don't mind, I'll tell you. I know where it's going.
Oh, I mean, whoever's watching might.
I think
not.
anybody that's into Marvel can pick up. Okay, I won't discuss it then. But so I watched it today, and it was, I mean, production value was on point. I mean, they did everything. I hated we won't talk about it. Whatever.
So it's a great show.
I hate that it's over. That show. It was a slow start off, like we discussed. The first 3 episodes, it was kind of weird, and then you started to understand who they were. You got to know the characters, and then for only be 9 episodes long, kind of sucks. I think it is what it is.
Well, they've said that also this sucks as well because stuff like that comes out, and they actually did it the right way. They put it out week by week instead of dropping the whole season at once. Right. But they also said that with COVID and coronavirus protocols, all the stuff that we've had to go through within the past year, that they haven't even come close to filming the second season. So
are they coming out with second season?
They are coming out with second season, but it's not going to come out until late 2022. Whereas it should be coming out this time next year.
Rona.
So, we kind of got fucked by that too. But WandaVision was a good show. I've seen all the episodes except for the last one. Probably going to watch the last one tonight at some point. But yeah.
Speaking of Netflix shows, now, I've never seen this show on Netflix. I think it might be a chick flick type thing. I'm not really sure. Jenny in Georgia. Y'all know about that?
I don't.
Never heard of it?
I don't think
Never heard of it?
Never heard
Well,
of
the
it.
only reason I have heard of this show is because I saw something on BuzzFeed that piqued my interest a little bit.
Sure.
People are getting upset about everything. They're getting upset about Amazon's symbol. They're getting upset about Dr. Seuss. Well, the Swifties are upset. They were really mad this week. Apparently, in the Netflix show Jenny in Georgia, one of the characters, and now, like I said, I don't know much about this, but made a joke about Taylor Swift and her love life, saying, one character was speaking to the other, saying, "You go through men like Taylor Swift."
They give her so much shit, man.
Okay, number one, if you've ever had a girlfriend your whole entire life and you're a male, your girlfriend probably loves Taylor Swift. That's just.
I love Taylor.
I was about to say I love Taylor Swift. The music's great.
I fuck with Taylor Swift.
She's talented. She's beautiful. She's got a lot of good music. So Taylor Swift heard this and she fired back on Twitter. And she said, "Hey, Jenny in Georgia, 2010 called, and it wants its lazy, deeply sexist joke back." I think it was, the quote was, I don't know what character said it, but it was, "You go through men like Taylor Swift." It was something of that nature. And, oh man, when you upset the Swifties, my friend, you upset the Swifties. And they are fierce. Dude, Twitter absolutely busted at the seams over this. There was people tweeting, there was people retweeting, and literally Netflix has come under some serious fucking heat for writing this shit into the script. Apparently it's a pretty...
you can't make a joke about Taylor Swift. I mean...
Oh, shit. Well, I mean, Taylor, I mean...
I think it's more than that. It's not a joke that's been kind of like, hey, this is a joke. It's just every freaking...
I mean, Taylor gets
she
so
dates
much
a lot of
shit.
people. I mean, when you're available like that, you got... I mean...
Yeah, but I mean, who doesn't date? I mean, I date other people. I don't have people calling me on
I mean,
it.
to be honest, I think Taylor, she's got a lot of shit, way
It's because
back.
she's in the public eye.
I mean, yeah, but
I don't even understand, I don't even know why you make stabs at Taylor Swift. Like I said, her music's great. She's got a great personality. From what I've seen in the documentary, everything seems great. I don't see... I mean, just the genuine videos I see of her. And again, I mean, she's just in the public eye if you're going to talk about it. It is what it is.
Has Taylor Swift said anything about it? Or is she just not
Oh, no, that's what she tweeted back. She literally...
That was her tweet.
And I quoted... She said, and she went on to say, I think it was Monday, "How about we stop degrading hardworking women by defining this horse shit as funny?"
And you think about it, people used to always talk about how many women like fucking Tony Romo's been dating and shit. They used to joke at him about it. He didn't take it to heart.
You know what? I went to a Panther game here, and I remember it was when Tony Romo was dating Jessica Simpson at the time. And
Chicken of the Sea.
Well, in the stands, I went around after everybody was done. I was working one of the stands, and I walked around, and I could count hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these little popsicle sticks with Jessica Simpson's face on it. And they would all cover their face with Jessica Simpson whenever he was going to play, so they would distract him.
Simple bitch.
That's a good tactic.
Get
them all thinking
Is it
about
though?
his girl?
I mean, is it though? I mean, I honestly think like the quarterback, I mean, he's looking down. He's got nowhere to throw it. He's so involved in the game. Does he even look in the stands? He's not looking at the stands. I doubt he even knew what was happening.
I'll tell you, I don't know.
He probably does.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's a fun thing for the fans to do. You know, they get them involved. They feel like they're doing something, but they're not.
He looks in the stand when he runs into the touchdown after he just threw a fucking pass.
Hey, what's up? You know, and that's it. You know,
Romo, man. I mean, if they were in the honeymoon phase, right? They're in the honeymoon phase, and he takes a snap. He looks up real fast and sees, you know, I don't know if he ever did that. I doubt it.
No, probably
that
not.
Would be
but
kind of funny, but whatever. But anyway, Romo was definitely a good quarterback in his day, but I'll be honest, I think he's a better broadcaster than he was.
I do like listening to him talk.
He's a fucking
calls
genius.
the plays.
He's a fucking genius.
He calls the plays before they do them.
Before they happen.
Just like he would do when he was the quarterback. He'd know where the defenses were. Luke
Right.
Kuechly did a bunch of that shit. A lot of people talk
he
about how the offensive lineman, Luke Kuechly, would be like, we're running this play, that play, and the offensive lineman would be like, well, damn, Luke. How the fuck do you know that my play?
I love watching
That's
him
why
play.
he's such a monster, or he was such a monster.
Yeah, I love watching him play. He was a beast for sure. But in other news, Texas and Mississippi said, fuck you and your mask and mandates and all that. They're going straight for everything, wide open.
I think South Carolina's following suit, like very close behind them.
I would imagine so. Yeah, I mean,
so are the Matt? You would know this. You like to go to the bars on Saturday nights. Are the bars staying open until 2 a.m.?
So the bars in South Carolina have been calling last call at 11 o'clock before this week. So last week they were, doing the 11 o'clock. And McMaster said something, the governor of South Carolina, so it may be different. North Carolina has been 11. I think now it may be later. But you asked the right guy. I mean, I've been drinking in North Carolina, South Carolina. I've been to Texas, Austin, Texas, and Las Vegas. And it's just funny
What were you doing in Texas?
Well, seeing sites, I was doing research about the pandemic, mostly just research. I'll tell you something right now, though. Las Vegas was a lot more anal about the mask than Austin, Texas was. And obviously South Carolina don't give a shit, ye fucking hole. But, North Carolina, they're a little, tricky, but it's just funny, all the things that are going on in the world. And we talk about a lot of movies. We talk about, people in the public light, and it's just really weird. Like, you can literally go from one zip code to the other, and it's a completely different mindset. And I mean, it's just kind of, especially now, it
all boils down to leadership, and that's what it boils down to. And
good shit.
COVID slowed down a lot of things. We were obviously, this isn't directly towards COVID, but there was supposed to be an album that was going to be dropping in January by Drake, and because he had knee surgery. That didn't happen. So today he actually released 3 new songs.
We got an EP.
I heard about one of those.
We got an EP, and have you guys got a chance to listen to those?
No, I haven't. I was too distracted by my good old boys.
Yes.
A Day to Remember.
So it was called Scary Hours 2. There was only 3 songs, and I'll be honest with you, it's not Drake lovey-dovey songs, which I was excited because...
Did he go hard?
Shit goes hard?
It reminds me of Tell Me was really... Back in those days, like 08, 09, when he was really like popping.
Yeah. So he clocked the fuck in and went to work.
He did, and now I'm super excited for his new album that's going to be coming out.
I saw where the Carolina Panthers Instagram account put out an edit to like the album cover or whatever.
Oh, what did they do?
Oh, yeah, it looked pretty dope. It just said Carolina and the same, like, have you seen the album cover?
I have not. Oh, the EP for Scary Hours 2?
Yeah.
Or what Panthers created?
Yeah, it just said Carolina over it, and then it had
well, dude,
North Carolina on top of South Carolina.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool as fuck.
That's really cool. It actually, so
it's badass.
So yeah, he released the EP obviously, and it's for Certified Lover Boy.
Dude, a lot of good music came out this week.
Justin Bieber's putting something out.
He put out something today, actually, or yesterday.
I think he put out a whole album.
Or today. No, it was a song.
It was.
I think he put out a single that's on his next album.
For sure.
I've heard the radio's been talking about it for like a week, saying that he's coming out with an album, and I was like, damn, I thought he just came out with an album.
Yeah, well, COVID, man, people are sitting at home writing, but yeah.
They can't play shows.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be called Justice. Is the album that's gonna be called
Justice by Justin Bieber?
Dude, people be on Beeb's ass
Oh,
too
dude,
much,
to
man.
be honest, now
Beebs is the shit. Let's be
He's
honest.
my favorite artist.
Okay.
Dude, Beeb's fucking.
He's my favorite
That
artist.
dude puts out banger after banger, and people still give him shit.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys. Now, this is the biggest Justin Bieber fan in the whole entire world, right here. We all know that.
I'm not the biggest.
Bro, I was not a fan of Justin Bieber when I was younger, but
As I've gotten
I mean,
older,
you-
he's created music that
you have to give respect where it's due.
I hate to say
Yeah.
it, but I mean,
That guy
he's
puts out
put
bangers.
out he's put out music that's gonna last. It's gonna be timeless.
I mean, I'll be honest.
He's not just an artist like you have these artists that pop up, they do a one hit wonder and they're done. No, this guy is here to stay.
Lonely, like fuck me up. Like
Yeah,
lonely.
didn't you cry? Didn't you cry when that came out?
Oh, like a bitch, like a whole bitch. You
Like
you get out of that Uber back to your house and you're drunker than hell and you just put that shit on. You're gonna cry until 4:00 in the morning. I promise. 100. But yeah, best. But a lot of good music came out. I mean, you know, I'm kind of into the heavier shit. You know, Chevelle came out with something, A Day to Remember. You got Kings of Leon. There was a lot of shit going on. Obviously Drake with the EP.
So yeah, definitely listen to that Drake EP. Check
Gotta check that
out the WandaVision because they did a season finale today. Before we get wrapping things up here, what I do want you guys to do, I want to thank you guys again here. I do appreciate you guys liking, following, and commenting. I really appreciate the engagement. It's pretty cool to have our first episode. You know, people talked about it. It was nice to see. For the new people that are listening, hey, like, comment, and subscribe. We are Dude Speak. Thanks again for joining us for another week, and we'll be back next Sunday.
Fantastic.
Let's do it.
Salute.
Appreciate it, guys. Keep following.